new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't undo your last hire, the no-show. Who set you back because they didn't show up on day one, or day two, or ever again. And now your product launch is delayed because you're talking to alien abduction podcasters to track them down. But LinkedIn Hiring Pro can help make sure your next hire sticks. In fact, businesses who use LinkedIn are 24% less likely to reopen a role in the next 12 months. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
This podcast is part of the Robots Radio Rocket Club, a program designed to help all podcasts reach their full potential. For information about joining the Robots Radio Rocket Club, check out robotsradio.net.
Welcome to the Final Fantasy Lorecast, a podcast dedicated to the history and lore of the Final Fantasy series. Join us as we take a deep dive into the different worlds, characters, and so much more. Welcome back, Warriors of Light, to another episode of the Final Fantasy Lorecast. I am one of your hosts, Ben of Temeria, and if you catch us live, if you watching the pre-show, we are having a complete nerd out about how Ulfric Stormcloak in Skyrim is a terrible person and you should side with the Imperials. But always with me are my two awesome co-hosts, Steven.
Yo, it's good to be back.
And Trey.
Hello.
And with this episode, we are finally getting back into our theme of the season, which is jobs. And this job is probably one of the most crucial jobs that you need in a party.
Yeah. It's definitely one of the core four.
Which is the White Mage. So, yeah, you kind of need a White Mage if you're out venturing in the unknown. Because if you don't know healing magic, good luck to you.
It's my least favorite, but it's the most necessary. Like, I hate that they have to be around, but I get it.
Yeah, as we were saying in the pre-show, like I don't play healers in any game I play.
Nope.
I'm a healer through and through.
Thank God for Trey, because me and Steven would be dead.
That's true. I'll never do it. I'll keep
Someone has to keep the idiots alive.
That's true. Somebody does. And it ain't gonna be me.
And I don't know how I should take that comment, but
you think I heal because I'm a good, like I'm doing good. Really, what it is I like to heal because then when someone doesn't do what they're supposed to, I'm the one who gets to let them die. So I'm the one with the power.
Good to know. Good to know. But, so yeah, let's just get right into it. So, White Mages, also called the White Wizards, White Witch, or Priest, sometimes abbreviated to WHT or WHM, is a job in the Final Fantasy series and is featured in most installments. It serves as the role in the RPG genre, healing and support class. Utilizing the unique White Mage, or White Magic command in combat, is among the first jobs introduced in the series.
Which now, there are cool white magics once you get further into the series. Well, I guess in the early series, they do have more than just cure and like poison and things like that. When they can do things like bravery and spells like that, then I'm like, okay, that's all right. That's
right.
Cool.
That's true. And then several entries in the series have featured an upgraded version of the White Mage known as the Devout. In addition, some titles have featured similar healing-type jobs, such as the Bishop, Conjurer, and Medic. So, yeah, they're known by many names throughout the entire series.
But we know who they are.
Oh, yeah. If they have a staff, and they typically know either attack magic or healing magic.
if they have this staff and they look nice.
Yes, exactly. They're wearing white with a staff. That's your healer. That's your healer.
And if it's someone storyline wise, they're almost always a girl.
That's true. It is usually a female.
Yeah, that's also true.
And we will get there in a little bit, but out of like the big Final Fantasies, in terms of popularity, it was what, three out of the four. It was basically your protagonist's like love interest or potential love interest was the White Mage. Because you had it in 7, you had it in 9, and I guess you didn't really have it you had it in 10.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That is also true. So, white mages tend to dress in white robes with red triangular lining and usually flare up out of cuffs, around hems, or lining in the hood if they wear one. Koichi Ishii, designer of the first 3 main entries, mentioned that the triangular red patterns of the robes were embroidered with magical infused threads. These patterns were placed at the end of the robes because it is where the stored up magical energy of the user will normally exit the body and would be in their most powerful after chance. So there's a legitimate reason for why they have red lining.
That's interesting. I never even put that together, but yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, I guess they do usually have white and red.
Yep. And then
I love that they can tie that in like that.
Right. I love it. I love it so much. And then those using the job tend to lean towards lighter armor, generally robes. Most white mages are female, but some males have been white mages as well. Male white mages generally do not wear hoods. The recurring white robe and cat ear hood are related to the job.
Oh, yeah. Good old cat ear hood.
Yep. You're going to get that. Yeah, that's literally all the time. It's great, though.
Yeah.
I enjoy, though, that the cat ear thing has come around, the last 5-7 years. And us Final Fantasy fans, we've known the cat ear revolution. We've been around it.
Thank you, anime. And then the White Mage's equipment includes staves and maces, as well as hammers in the original Final Fantasy. But in later installments, they more commonly use magical rods instead. Their armor is limited to lightweight vests and mage robes. Their physical stats are usually higher than those of the Black Mage, but are not as high as some other classes. Their magic stats, of course, are high, though they tend to be a bit lower than the Black Mage or a Summoner. The most prominent ability is to cast White Magic while usually including healing and support magic, but may also include status effect spells. White mages are often associated with one offensive attack called Holy. Their ability to heal, protect, and resurrect fallen members of the party make white mages invaluable, as they are usually the only efficient way of healing. Which is true, because besides the paladin that knows some white magic and basic healing spells, that's basically all you got.
Yeah, because potions become useless pretty quick in the games.
Yeah, that they do. Do you have something to add, Trey?
No, I was going to bring up the same thing about potions, but Steve beat me to it.
And then in early installments, White Magic served as the job's sole command, with later entries providing additional commands such as Pray to add variation. Titles such as Final Fantasy XI and Final Fantasy XIV were also provided innovations for the White Mage, giving it damage dealing utility with the inclusion of elemental spells such as Stone and Banish, while also including powerful support moves such as Benediction and the Aphelios skills. Other entries have also given the job access to abilities that originally appeared as the limit breaks for Aerith Gainsborough from Final Fantasy VII.
Really? Interesting.
Yep.
Because what is her last limit break is pretty sick, if I remember. But it's so hard to get because, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, but, because of reasons.
Yeah.
It disappears out of the game. We don't know why.
We'll see.
We'll see.
On this new.
So now we get to appearances of the White Mage. So obviously, This started with the original. So with Final Fantasy, the White Mage appears as a selectable character for the player's party. Although lacking offensive power, White Mages are valuable due to their healing abilities. The upgraded White Wizard is even more powerful, having the ability to cast Full Life and Holy.
Ooh.
Then we go to Stranger Paradise Final Fantasy Origin, which is technically before and during the first Final Fantasy game. The White Mage is an advanced job unlocked within the Mage job tree. It allows the user to utilize white magic spells that buff the party and heal them, the only offensive abilities being Light, Elemental, Dia, and Holy.
So, and I'm sorry to bring this up because I know it's going to take us on a little bit of a tangent, but like in 14, which no, you know what? I'll save it for when we get
You
to
waited for 14?
I'll wait, but I know
Okay.
we'll get to it then. But
I'll
also,
probably know a little bit of it. I don't play healers in 14, but I do have one of each class.
I'm sure you'll know the answer to my question. But
so
technically, Strange Paradise is before
yes,
Final Fantasy.
It is before Final Fantasy, and then when you get to the DLC, it's during the time of Final Fantasy, kind of, because you have the Warrior of Lights from the original game come into the DLC to fight Garland.
Yeah.
But it's still in that time loop. Right. So we get to Final Fantasy II. So Minyu is the Royal White Wizard of Fynn, serving as one of the few male White Mages in the series, and he has access to many high-level spells when he joins the party. Final Fantasy III, the White Mage job, is gained from the Wind Crystal. White Mages excel in assisting the party in defensive restorative white magic. Some offensive magic is also available, Light and Wind. They possess low attack power and defense. After Devote becomes available, they only become backup healers if there is a Devout and White Mage in the same party. And then Aria Bennett, Sarah Alterney, Prince Alice, and Uni aid the party with white magic.
It's a lot of White Mages.
And then Final Fantasy IV.
Excessive.
Yeah. Final Fantasy IV, Rosa and Porum are White Mages, White Wizard in older translations, and White Mages also appear as NPCs in various locations. And then Final Fantasy V, the White Mage job is held by one of the shards of the Wind Crystal. Its job abilities grant access to the white magic. And then we have Final Fantasy IX. Both Dagger and Eiko can cast white magic along with summon magic, despite both having access to the command. Eiko has a greater dominance over it, also having access to the dual casting double white command during trance. Garnet also dresses in the traditional white mage robes as a disguise early on, an outfit that would become associated with her in the spin-off titles. And then Final Fantasy X, we have Yuna, who is a summoner, but her section of the sphere grid contains white magic and other white mage abilities like Pray. Yeah, which she's technically a summoner, but she's your healer. User.
Well, yeah, it's the same way with 9. I think once you get later with these last few games, like your white mage becomes your summoner also. They just kind of combine those.
Mm-hmm. And then Final Fantasy X-2, the White Mage Dress Sphere has minimal attack power but large healing power. This particular iteration of the class cannot physically attack unless berserked or using Mug. Which I think, if I recall, you actually use a Mug, don't you?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Never made it that far into that
I don't
game.
remember that. The game... when you play it again here in 10 years, when you're making your way through all the...
Mug is also known as capture, plunder, or smash and grab. That's attack and you thief.
And steal. Yeah. 10-2, while the premise seems a little ridiculous, the gameplay itself is surprisingly solid. It is a fantastic gameplay wise. So when you go back and you replay it when we're doing this in 5 years still and we're trying to play everything, you're going to be surprised at how much you enjoy it.
Right.
Look, the gameplay wasn't the issue. It was the fact that it retconned the entire first game, the ending, which makes it unplayable for me.
Fair. That is fair. There we go. But now we have Final Fantasy XI. So the White Mage, or WHM, is one of the 6 base jobs, is the most adept of healing, and the only job with the ability to heal almost all debuffs. White Mages use traditional supportive magic as well as the limited number of status afflicting spells, also grant getting access to light elemental offensive spells such as Banish, Holy, and Dia. And then Final Fantasy XII, in the Zodiac versions, the White Mage License Board is represented by the Eris Zodiac sign. White Mages use rods and some sword-type weapons, and can cast all white magics and some green magics. Lightning returns, Final Fantasy XIII. Lightning can attain the garb model after the White Mage job at the end of Day 4 for a treasure cube in the Ark. It has the abilities of Dispel level 2, Quick Ruin level 2, and the passive ability Soul of the White Mage, which increases maximum HP by 5% and magic damage by 10%. Final Fantasy XIV, my favorite, of course. The White Mage is an advanced job of the Conjurer class. As a White Mage, one can use advanced healing spells and abilities like Regen, Benediction, Assize, or Shield its allies with Divine Benison. They have access to the healer role actions. A miniature White Mage of the style in the original Final Fantasy is one of the 3 possible outcomes of summoning the Minion of Light, the other being the Warrior and a Black Mage.
So my question, I think, has already been answered, but I'm not 100%. When you first start off, obviously you have to attack things because you're doing everything by yourself. So the Conjurer has attacks.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you get to, then you level up to White Mage.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so all you have your starting classes, and then each class has an advanced, they get their job upgrade.
Right.
And I can actually answer this, surprisingly enough.
Good.
Oh yeah, because you play Conjurer.
Right, so I play Conjurer, and you get two attacks. One of them is Earth. I believe the other is Aerial, AERO, like that kind of. Mm-hmm. But you get two attacks that are abilities that you can kind of alternate between. Other than that, you're pretty much all buffs, but it does give you the 2 different elements to attack. So that way, if one of them happens to be weak or strong, if one of them is not effective against an enemy, you can switch to the other.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep. And the best thing about 14, you can also
smack with your staff as
true,
like the default thing, but it does very
it does nothing compared to your actual spells. But that's the best thing about 14. You can play the entire game solo. Granted, now you will have to go through dungeons and stuff like that, but the auto makes a dungeon team.
You can use NPCs. Yeah, I was gonna say you can do NPCs.
And they added NPC with the I can't remember what the system's called, but yeah, they added.
It's been a while because ever since I played it, it's had the option to do it.
Yeah. I mean, they added it back in Shadowbringers, I think. No, yeah, they added that in Shadowbringers, if I recall. But in like all the base game dungeons now that you have to go through the main story have the NPC option, so you can play with NPCs and not have to worry.
I couldn't imagine trying to solo that game as a White Mage.
I mean, you can.
It's got to take.
But like when you go into a dungeon, it's going to team you up with other players too.
It was super fast.
Yeah, it's super fast if you have other players. It's pretty slow when you have the NPCs.
I mean, I played as the Conjurer. It wasn't too bad because being the healer, I'm good enough at doing it that you can just have 4 people attacking almost all the time because especially early on, the dungeons aren't very challenging in 14. They're pretty standard. So if you know what you're doing, you can set it up to where you have 4 people attacking. So it doesn't take too long. I think I got up to, because it's level 30 that you transition to the next job, right?
Yep.
I think it took me like 2 days worth of playing, and I only played maybe like 6 hours worth of playing to get up to level 30.
Yeah, it's super easy to get to level 30 with all the classes. So we also have Final Fantasy Type 0. So Class 7th is attributed to teaching white magic, and the class Mogul represents the class. Rem, and I'm not great with names, Rem Tokimiya? Thank you. See, I'm terrible at pronunciation things.
That is also wrong, but I wanted to give it a shot so you could just keep on keeping it
There
on.
we go. Was formerly a student of Class 7th until she was transferred to Class 0 to assist in fighting the Malensi Empire. And then now we have illusions in the series. So, yeah, Sharp likes Rem apparently in chat. So we have illusions in the series. So we have Final Fantasy VII. There is no job system. Aeris is similar to a white mage in several ways, as she has high magic stats, equips robes and stabs. In her limit breaks, heals and buffs the party. She owns the white materia, the source of the ultimate magic spell, Holy. And then we also have the 7 remake. Aerith keeps her traits from the original game, retaining her magic and oriented stat and healing limit breaks. The remake also gives her new skills that provide support to the party, while also using light-oriented abilities to deal damage to foes. Her weapons also contain abilities that increase her magic and healing proficiency in combat.
Yeah, she's actually not the worst to fight with.
No.
If you can switch.
Yeah, like
them.
in 7, like the remake, Aerith is actually really good. So in a part of the game, spoiler warning a little bit, you go to a mausoleum and do a Colosseum fight, and it's just Cloud and Aerith. That's all you have.
Yeah.
And Aerith is actually really good in a Colosseum with Cloud.
Yeah. Much more useful than in the original.
Yeah.
Because if you try and attack with her, I mean, that's why it says, like, she's technically the white mage. Like, no, she is. Try and use her as anything else and see how it goes.
Not well.
Just try.
Then we have Final Fantasy XII Remnant Wings. While the game has no formal job system, Pinello fights similarly as a white mage in combat, having access to healing and support spells and utilizing stabs as her weapons of choice. Pinello also uses abilities akin to the Dancer job, which would become her recurring job in future titles. We have Final Fantasy 13-2. Sarah Faron has a costume of heart as a downloadable content based on the concept of a white mage. And then we also have Final Fantasy 16. We have Mandala Telemon's childhood doll, handled during the quest like father, like daughter, wears the series' iconic white mage attire of a white hooded cloak and red triangles at the hem.
Never even noticed that.
Well, that's pretty sure that's a side quest. So
it is, and I did all of them, but there's so many of them, it's hard to keep track.
I believe that is the Madhouse Sharp in the remake.
Yes, that is. You do fight that living house, mimic house thingamabob. Yes, that is in the remake, and that's where Cloud and Aerith is in the Colosseum, underground Colosseum, trying to make money.
You remember how much of a pain they were in the original when you first get to like the little slum area where you had the two of them?
That's where you stop. Okay, that's where apparently Sharp stopped playing 7 remake, was at the Colosseum part. It gets so much better after that.
What?
It gets so much better afterwards.
That fight is literally the hardest fight in the game for most people, including myself, if I remember correctly. It's very challenging.
The final boss wasn't as hard as that boss.
Yeah.
Which is saying something, because I'm pretty sure everybody knows what the final boss is in Final Fantasy VII, regardless of what version you're in.
And I'm pretty sure I struggled more even with the final boss in the Yuffie fight, but that would be more to me not fighting as well with Yuffie as with Cloud and them probably, but still that Yuffie boss fight is something else. But not to go on too much of a tangent.
Right. That's fair. So at this point, we're going to take a mid-break, and when we come back, we'll have some other behind-the-scenes stuff, and then we'll go into a topic discussion of the White Mage.
If you've ever blasted synth beats from your boombox or burned CDs for your besties, this one's for you. As people get older, much like their music tastes, their health needs change. AG1 is the simple daily health drink designed to deliver over 75 essential daily nutrients and pre- and probiotics to support energy, digestion, and mood, so you can make the most out of every decade and dance break. Learn more at drinkag1.com.
All right, we are now in the middle of the show. We're talking about everything with the podcast that has nothing to do with the lore of Final Fantasy. And here, I want to thank all of our patrons supporting us. Thank you so much. Thank you, Highland Copy, for supporting us. It really means a lot for us getting this show off the ground and to getting it to more people. And if you want to support us, there's a few different ways you can also support us besides going on our Patreon. You can go to Apple or Spotify. If you leave a 5-star review with some words on Apple, we'll read it out loud the next time on the show, as well as a nice Spotify comment on any of our episodes, which we don't have any this week. But awesome news we have. We are right now, what were we? Right now, year to date last year, we hit over 4,000 downloads within less than 5 months, which is insane. That's like a really good...
Thank you, everyone.
And we are currently ranked 167 in the US for video games, which is a huge accomplishment for us because the US charts are like the hardest charts to be on, period, because the United States, because we're so popular as a country of listeners, and how many podcasts there are in this originated from this country alone.
That's true. We got to give a special thanks to Final Fantasy, though, because it turns out people really like Final Fantasy. So we wouldn't be here without
Who knew?
Right? Yeah. Who knew that people liked Final Fantasy?
Generational game.
Yeah. We'll go with that. But yeah, if you want to support us, you can do that as well. And then you can also find us on a few different Discord servers, the Robots Radio Discord and the Ben and Friends Podcasting Discord, which are in the links in the show notes, where you can hang out with us, talk about anything Final Fantasy, or even follow any of the other shows that I host, which are Holocron Histories, the Wizarding World Lorecast, and the Witcher Lorecast. And then, I also guest star on a bunch of other shows. Elder Scrolls, The Two Girls, One Ship, Dragon Age. I did an Assassin's Creed guest star at one point, like a year ago, but besides the point. Other than that, that's all I have. You guys have anything else for the mid-break?
That's it. I haven't guest started any other podcasts yet.
I haven't lately.
Yet is the key word.
Damn.
Oh, yeah. Promoting something that I have a show for. That's great. And you can also join us live on twitch.tv/benoftemeria, where you can find us live streaming at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Also, go get notified when I go live and follow, because I'm trying to get affiliate, and I'm getting close. I'm getting up there. So go help me out, go help us out, and join this chaotic sessions of podcasting that we have live. It's great. But if we have nothing else to add, let's get back more into the White Mage.
This summer, say I do.
I am marrying a stranger.
Like never before.
Am I crazy?
It's a whole new Married at First Sight on Peacock.
Thank God I woke up in love.
With new experts.
My name is Dr. Lisa.
My name is Paul Brunson.
More couples.
This could be the start of a very successful marriage.
And more surprises.
Or maybe not.
Everything is just not enough.
You're a little bit crazy.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
I want my fairy tale ending.
Married at First Sight, now streaming. New episodes Thursdays, only on Peacock.
This episode is brought to you by Adobe Firefly, the all-in-one creative studio with AI-powered image and video generation. Built for today's creative process, Firefly helps you generate, edit, and experiment fast. Because the asks aren't getting smaller, and the timelines? Woo, yeah, still tight. With all the best creative AI models in one place, Firefly brings your ideas to life. Learn more at adobe.com/firefly.
All right, we're back, and now we have some a little bit behind the scenes stuff with the White Mage. So we have influences in other medias. So the White Mage's iconic robes have served as a recurrent influence for character outfits in other video games. Robin from Fire Emblem Awakening has a recurring costume identical to the White Mage robes in the Super Smash Bros. Series. Psycho Kamek from the Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga also wears a White Mage-inspired outfit. Vigar from League of Legends has a cosmetic skin called White Mage Vigar that strongly resembles the White Mage, and Vigar himself is based on the original Black Mage concept. Rom from Hyperdimension Neptuna Rebirth 1 also has an outfit based on the White Mage's robes.
Pretty crazy that White Mage Vigar is based on White Mage. Who would have guessed?
Well, he's based on the Black Mage originally.
I'm saying his name is.
Oh yeah, right.
Resembles White Mage.
Right.
Who would have guessed?
Who would have guessed? I don't play League. I couldn't tell you. I don't play any of these games besides Smash and Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem's great.
Not familiar with any of them.
Not even Smash Brothers? What?
N64 Smash Brothers. That's the last one I played.
Oh wow.
The creativity level on that is what, like a rolling a 1?
Right.
What?
White Mage Vigar. No, for White Mage Vigar.
The name.
Like rolling
the name.
like creativity. That's like rolling a 1.
Roll
Yeah,
D20, it gets 1. Critical fail. All right, White Mage Vigar. All right, cool.
Great name.
Should have hit nat 20. Got a better name. So
White Sorcerer Vigar.
Yeah, could have been, but it wasn't. And now we have some behind the scenes. So in the first Final Fantasy, the White Mage is a different job in terms of naming. In the original Japanese, being known as the White Magician, its upgraded form, known as the White Wizard in English, is also known as White Sorcerer in Japanese. So
I like White Sorcerer better. I don't care for White Wizard. I like the way that's said.
And White Magician just sounds like a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Yeah. I mean, I like that better than White Wizard, though.
I'm trying to think. Actually, it might be a card.
So what I think of when I hear White Magician is I think of the Aragon books, or I think it's called Inheritance Cycle.
Yeah, the Inheritance
series,
Cycle.
But it's the Aragon books, and they call magic users magicians in it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. And then, starting from Final Fantasy II, the White Wizard / White Sorcerer will become the recurring job known as the White Mage in all later series entries, often sharing the appearance of the default White Mage job from the first Final Fantasy. Due to the difference in the naming, this has led to the name White Wizard being used in some English localizations. Final Fantasy II using it as the name of Menu's occupation, and the original SNES localization of Final Fantasy IV using it as the name of Rosa and Porum's job. In the original Famicom version of Final Fantasy III was planned to include upgrade jobs like the first entry, with 2 upgraded versions known as the Devout and White Mages set to appear. Due to some of the staff finding the job change sprites scaring from their cute previous forms in the original NES release of Final Fantasy, the class change idea was abandoned in future games by Hiromichi Tonica. The White Magus was ultimately dropped from the final project, with the Devout appearing as a separate job that served as an upgrade form of the White Mage. So, there's some behind-the-scenes stuff, which is always fun. Now...
Scary.
Wait, say what?
It's funny that they found the sprite scary.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, oh, we have to change their cute forms? No.
Yeah, no, the White Mage is literally the least intimidating.
Yeah, they're the one that, like, you know, can heal you. They're supposed to look nice, not evil. They can't look bad at all.
No.
So, now we have the discussions. So I have a question. Who is the best White Mage? Right? See, now this is where it gets kind of heavy.
I mean, you could get kind of wonky with this because in 12, like I mentioned before, you can have 2 job classes at the same time. So you can be a White Mage and also be a knight or something like that.
I mean, I feel like 12 would be Penelo. She was the White Mage.
She is, yeah.
For me, the first one I thought of was Yuna. Aerith is probably the right choice. Yeah, Yuna was the first one I thought of because when I think of a White Mage, I think of a healer. And Yuna is a summoner, but she's also she goes around and sends the dead. Like that's what a summoner does. Like they just go around and they heal people when they can, but even when they can't heal, like they act as a priest or a priestess almost. And I guess Yuna was the first one that popped into my head. I think the answer is probably Aerith is the best, but man, Yuna is right there.
I would say Aerith as well because, yeah, she's like the best healer, or like the only healer you have in 7. But she doesn't just heal your party; she heals the planet. So take that.
I never used her really because after the first few times I played it, since I learned, I was like, well, I'm not going to waste my time here. So I literally never really bothered unless you have to using her. So I don't think she's that great in the game. It's true.
And then you get to that pivotal story moment and it's like, well, I'm wrong.
Fine, I was trying to say keep out anyway.
I mean, I agree. Gameplay wise, everyone can have cure, everyone can have the restore materia, but she is she has the flower, like she grows the flowers in the slums. She is the caretaker. In the remake, she's the caretaker to the kids. So she also has a lot of the same tendencies. So, I mean, it's right there, Aerith and Yuna. Aerith is the right answer for me, but Yuna, she deserves to be recognized.
Yuna is literally like, she's the one who, I guess we're not worried about spoilers with 10. It's been out enough. She literally is the one who has to save the world. It's not Titan. He's not the one who does it. He's just some guy who's along for the ride. She's the one who has to do it. So she is literally the most powerful of all of them. She has the final 70, which I know it's technically different classes, but they're kind of the same thing.
Can we shout out Penelo though? Like,
no,
so Vaughn and 12. Like let's think about this for a minute though. So Vaughn, she is terrible to use, but so Vaughn and 12 is just her buddy. They're orphans. She's looking out for him and these other little kids. And Vaughn he's fucking off in the sewers. He's going to get in all this trouble, and she is just consistently along for the ride. She is a child, an orphan child, and she is just supportive and just right there for Vaughn and everybody else. And she, like you said, she doesn't do anything. She has no reason to be there other than it's the right thing to do. She bonds with what's the main bad guy's name? Vane?
Yeah,
whatever his
little brother.
His little brother. She bonds with his little brother, which is fantastic. But Just a shout out to Pinello for being down as the white mage who's just going to tag along for the ride and will always have your back no matter how stupid you are, Vaughn.
It's true. But also we have to mention Garnet/Dagger as well, because she's also
a summoner.
No, I saved her for you. Honestly, I didn't want to bring her up because I thought you would, Steve.
I mean, but she's fine. Like she wouldn't have been my choice because she's by far not the most powerful. It's definitely Yuna, but special, honorable mention to Garnet as well.
I thought we were just saying best. I didn't realize we were going powerful. Yeah, Pinello's definitely
that's the way
powerful.
I said best. Did I say best? I'm pretty sure I said best.
I thought you said best.
Pretty sure I did.
Yeah, she's the best because she's the most powerful. That's how I see it.
You mean
I don't care what I don't care if she's there. Yeah, I don't care if she's there.
Power is absolute for Steven.
It's true. That's why I don't play as a white mage.
So Steven, in the first Final Fantasy, you can pick your classes. How much money would I have to pay you to play as all 4 white mages and to beat the entire game?
Oh, listen, there's no amount of money that could
now,
give me the patience to play as that.
You say that, but I have a child and tax time is coming up. You know how that works. Are you sure that? So, like, if I legitimately said I will give you $200 if you stream this and we get to watch you do this, look.
That's one day at Disney for just one person. That's not nearly enough. We're looking at thousands. I got to redo that vacation where I was sick the whole time.
Okay, so 5,000. If someone said 5,000, you wouldn't sit and do. Okay, 10,000.
I think about it.
Okay.
I really don't like using white mages.
There you go, everyone. If you want to see Steven stream as a white mage and beat a game,
sign up for the Patreon, everybody.
10 grand. He needs 10 grand so he can go back to Disney.
That's just to get me to listen to you. I haven't decided if that's going to be the final amount.
Oh God. So someone win the lottery, donate it to the Patreon,
yes.
And then we'll see what we can do.
Oh, please don't.
As much as we all don't like to play as the white mages because they don't do damage, it's always nice to have them when they do damage to undead. That's always a nice trick to get to throw out every once in a while. I like when they incorporate that for the class. And as someone who started playing RPGs when he was not old enough to know what was going on, really, I just understood when it was all zeros that was bad. White mages were invaluable to me because they were the only way that I could find a way to overlevel, and then I could just crush everyone.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure my first Final Fantasy run I had 2 white mages and 2 warriors because I didn't want to die.
It's fair.
That's fair.
I wouldn't do it, but that's fair, yeah.
Well, I wasn't the smartest kid back then. I'm not the smartest adult now. I'm not saying it was wise, but in my brain it made sense.
Listen, every game that I play, I inevitably end up with 99 potions of all the potions because I just don't heal. Like, no, I'm not going to heal. I'm just going to go buy 10. I don't care about potions. Run around and find the freest. I'll pay to stay at the end before I heal.
What are potions?
Exactly.
That's what mana's for.
I also don't really use potions, but this, like, the new trend in video games to have like the quick heal button. The first one I noticed it in was Dragon Quest XI, but so I'm playing Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core now. So after you get out of a battle, if you have potions, you can hit the down directional button, and it will just automatically heal you, with your potions.
Oh, that's great.
And because you work for Shinra and you're in Soldier, you can just hit the start button and buy items in the shop. So you can just hit start and buy potions, and so you can just always heal yourself. It's a fantastic play. I'm like 5 hours in, and I'm loving every minute of it.
That might actually get me to heal because I think half of it is that I'm too lazy to go to the screen and go
That's
scroll
what it
through
is for me. But so on Dragon Quest XI, it was the first like RPG, and it was, I think it's square. After the battle, you can hit square and it'll just heal you, or you can hit like it'll heal you with magic, or you can hit triangle and it'll heal you with magic and items or something. Those aren't the right buttons, but that's the gist of it. And I love that Crisis Core has that too. They have just the down. I'm hoping Rebirth will have something similar.
Oh, more than likely, Rebirth probably will.
Do we have a guess, Steven? Is it a kid or a dog?
A dog. And I agree with Sharp in chat. Potions are collectibles.
Absolutely. I get to a point in 9 where every single time, like I get to the grinding part, or I'm playing Chocobo Hot and Cold, it's literally just like, okay, you can't have any more of this, so you don't get anything after this battle now. You just get some money.
Yep. All right. I guess that's cool.
Cool. No, antidotes are not collectibles.
No,
those are not
those
more
you
valuable
use.
than gold.
Antidotes in any game you use.
Yeah. Can't bother using, whatever it's called in each. It's different in each game, like Vox or Poisona or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Can't be wasting your MP on that.
So great discussion that we have. Any other questions or things you guys want to bring up before we end the show real quick?
Yeah, Trey, how dare you? How dare you?
What is this? Hey, how dare you, Trey? What the heck is an attack? You're attacking.
How dare
Trey
you
at the
play
end
as
of
a
the
white
show?
maid? How dare you play as a white maid?
On which
Make me look
game?
bad.
14.
On any game.
Oh,
any
okay.
game.
Apparently, any game.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, but
hey,
especially
hey!
14.
I will say, healers in ESO do damage. Just saying.
You
Just
just
saying.
stole my thunder because I was going to say I have a healer on ESO who will embarrass you because she will do more damage than you.
Yeah, healers in ESO are actually pretty great.
I built a
Actually, I think
a
Sharp knows too,
Templar.
because I'm pretty sure Sharp is a healer too in ESO.
It's a Templar and something else, but it's the perfect class for like solo play, like you can heal and do damage both. But
That doesn't even sound like Templar doesn't sound like a healer.
Okay, so
Paladin
little side tangent here, and this is not Final
We're at
Fantasy.
the end. We can do this.
Okay.
We're
Little
at the
side
end.
tangent.
We can do this.
Each class in ESO, you have 3 class skill lines. One is DPS, one is healing, and then the other is tanking. So all the classes can be any of the roles that you need it to be.
Right, but so you got what? Dragon Knight is usually the tank. What's the other one? You got Templar, which is usually
Templar
a healer.
is normally a healer. I play as a Nightblade, which is normally a DPS.
Nightblade, that was it.
And then you have Sorcerer, which is those are the 4 base game classes. Which Sorcerer is more of a DPSer as well, at range typically. And then they added Warden, which is more of a tankier class. You have Necromancer, which is more of a DPS, and then you have now the Arcanist, which is kind of a hybrid between DPS and healer. That's typically like the roles they're better in, but you can play whatever you want to play it because it's Elder Scrolls, and you can do whatever in Elder Scrolls.
That's true.
Man, you're making me miss it.
I've been playing it on. I have a guild now on Xbox, so if anybody wants to play on Xbox with me,
loser.
I'm sorry, I have all my Bethesda games on Xbox.
I understand. All right, but no, I don't have anything else on the White Mages.
Okay.
I love the white robe. I love the detail about the
cat ears.
Thread. Well, no, the thread being
how they
store
actually
some magic,
where they actually put a lore reasoning why there's red thread on an all white robe.
And I like that they keep it consistent. Like even 9 Garnet, like when she's running away.
Well, that's because it's a love letter to them, to the old games. You knew they were
yeah,
do that,
but like
then they
regardless,
they nailed everything.
But Aerith has
each
white
version has it pink and red with Aerith, but still, no matter what game, the White Mage will have some incorporation of the original outfit. Except for 10. 10 didn't really do that.
Her robes are white.
Yeah, but she's wearing more blue and yellows.
Blue, yeah. But she's Luna like the moon. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, there we have it. So thank you for listening to the Final Fantasy Lorecast, and may the crystals guide you. Thank you for listening to the Final Fantasy Lorecast. You can find us on the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net. You can find us on Twitter at FFLorecast, and you can email us at fflorecast@gmail.com.